What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another FIFA 20 video. Today I think a much needed discussion about the state of FIFA right now is in order. And so this video, it'll probably be a meme title actually. Team of the season so far, is that a dub or an L? Today's content kind of sparked a lot of frustrations with the community. And obviously I talked about it briefly in, in the 6 p.m. video. And then I see, a lot of back and forth from content creators and viewers and supporters and fans and stuff on Twitter. And I started building a draft. Well, I built a draft for Draft to Glory, which was what you was going to see tonight. And this is the draft that I built. And when I finished building this draft, I sat here and I looked at it and I just thought like, this is just not entertaining content. This just isn't what I want to give you guys. Yeah, we got Griezmann. Yeah, we got Renato Augusto. And yeah, we managed to snag Promes as well. But we currently have Premier League, Saudi League, La Liga, Turkish League, Bundesliga, Liga NOS, Serie A, Eredivisie, CSL, most consistent or community team of the season, and EFL. That's 11 different team of the season leagues that have at least 11, some up to 23 players available. We are talking about somewhere close to like 350 team of the season cards in the game, and we get the same ones over and over. Bentancur all the time, Godin, Erkin, and Mariano all the time, Davies all the time. Yeah, Promes and Renato Augusto are quite new. Griezmann super rare, but I just looked at this draft and I just thought, I just don't want to upload this. I just don't want to do it. And so it got me thinking about the content that we've had throughout Team of the Season and the downward spiral that it's gone in, right? And I want to start you off with this ultimately, guys, is just my thought and my opinion on FIFA 20, where we're at right now. I want to take you guys just to what's available right now today. All right, first of all, we've got this Elkerson. We did the video on him. 4-star, 4-star, high medium. Not a bad card by all accounts. Doesn't have outside the foot shot trait or anything of the such. And this card, as I say, by all accounts, is not that bad. Sniper chem style on him, and you've actually got yourself a fantastic striker. So why on earth are people upset? Like this Elkerson card? He's pretty damn good, I think, what does he get up to? Like a 95 or a 96 rated striker with a sniper chem style. He's 90 rated. He's nice and cheap. He's literally 38,000 coins. And I would implore anybody to do this card to get some fodder, which we'll get to in a second, right? But this Elkerson card is actually quite useless because he is near impossible to link, right? Unless you force him into a team with icons, which most are behind the power curve now anyway, or you force him into a team where you've linked him to a CSL player, he's just pretty useless. So you think to yourself, hey man, why you got to be that way? Why not just get the CSL player that's there and link him? Okay, so it's Dembele. Dembele, as we talked about earlier, has a pretty decent card. However, as much as I actually love his in-game stats and I genuinely think he's got a very good card, with an anchor chem style, he is a super high-end CDM. He has 71 stamina, so he has 3-star weak foot. EA know that people aren't going to care about this card because he has 71 stamina. If this card had 85 stamina or 90 stamina, all of a sudden, this Dembele and Elkerson link, even if you've got them both on soft chem, put them both at striker in a 4-4-2, get them both on soft chem and change them in game, boom. All of a sudden, you've got yourself two insane players for cheap. EA don't want that. So there's another problem, right? We then go to the Serie A player, and of course, Goossens. If he was a left wing back or a left back where he played this season, he would be pretty good. Not great, pretty good. But in general, 3-star, 3-star, and some key stats that are wrong, not very good. And then the Eredivisie player as well, Berghuis, 3-star, 3-star, just got some in-game stats that just aren't very good. And you might be thinking, but Nep, if you do these League SBCs, you grind these League SBCs, use these cards in fodder, you use these cards in other SBCs. What SBCs? There's nowhere to put them. If you look at the players tab, are you going to put them in Premium Flashback Allen? Now, don't get me wrong. Once again, this Premium Flashback Allen is very good, right? However, this Allen card, which you might well do, is worth 250k in terms of assets that you'd need to complete him from scratch. 4-star, 3-star, and a brilliant card. It is, you can't even dispute it. It's a brilliant card. The problem with it is because of the amount of upgrade packs and the amount of SBCs and the amount of cards that are just in the game in general, this card at this stage in FIFA doesn't move the needle for anybody's team. You know, you might see him in people's teams, people that have the Alexandra and get that strong link to him, really nice. People that have Neymar and soft link him to Neymar to get them both on chem, very nice. I don't dispute that at all. You then got to look at the actual team of the season from Serie A and take into consideration that Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, who has got arguably better stats across the board, you know, 3 less pace, 4 more dribbling, 10 more shooting, 3 more passing, 5 more physical, but 3 less defending, better skill moves and weak foot, but of course lower agility and balance, which isn't the be-all and end-all for a CDM, but is definitely still, you know, has to be noted. Milinkovic-Savic is under 300,000 coins right now. You also look at the Van der Beek card. I don't know what he is now. Last night he got down to like 180. Yeah, he's 199 on Xbox and 215 on PlayStation. Easy to link and utterly bonkers, right? So you might still go and put those SBC. You might get a 90 rated SBC Berghuis and put him in for an SBC 91 rated Allen. But even with the good players in this player section, you're going to run out quick. This Coutinho is good, but not great. I don't know, actually. 5-star, 4-star, high, medium, easy to link. Doesn't have outside the foot shot trait, but I think I enjoy this. You know, 82 composure, but I think I enjoy this Coutinho. So Coutinho and Allen you can work towards, sure. Flashback Alonso, it's a decent card. It's actually, as far as the card goes, 3-star, 3-star, high, but it is a brilliant card in game. I used him at CDM myself personally quite a lot, and he was very, very nice. Jota, 5-star, 4-star, high agility and balance, great dribbling, you know, good pace, Deadeye Chem style on him, and you've got yourself a super meta player. And what we start to notice is that the players from earlier on in the campaign, because Jota came out with the Premier League team of the season such, Leon Goretzka came out with the Bundesliga team of the season, obviously a lot earlier on than where we're at now. Alonso came out with the Premier League team of the season. Coutinho came out with the Bundesliga team of the season. When you look at what's there now outside of that, and these ones don't count. These guys are just a bit behind the power curve now. They're okay, you know, you can fit them into a team here or there, but these guys you don't really care to, like, that Sané, that just sucks, doesn't he? You don't really care to put these players in anywhere, right? And it leaves you in a position where even if you did use these SBC cards and these big cards that you get for fodder, right, you are very, very quickly running out of places to put them, very quickly. You look at Romelu Lukaku. This card should, by all means, be spectacular to play with. It's 95 rated. He should move the needle for your team, but he doesn't. It is 200,000 coins from scratch for a reason. It will suck in game. We know it. You know it. I know it. Engine Chem style just isn't good enough. 3-star skill moves isn't good enough. Low agility and balance isn't good enough. He'll be fun against people that you can smash. You know, if you de-rank yourself to do objectives and stuff, you're there, right? So the content that's there today, just generally speaking, isn't the greatest, right? Those new advanced SBCs, you know, I even misread. When I read Jumbo Premium Gold Players Pack, I thought it was a 100k pack. It's not. It's one of those 50k packs that has 24 players and only 7 rare golds. So even that just isn't very good, right? And we look at what's available in FUT Central, and once again, a pattern emerges that the items that are there from early, which aren't there anymore, but were there, of course, we look at Jimenez and Perez. We look at Reguilon, who was brilliant. The items from as early as possible, they like Premier League, Team of the Season most consistent, and EFL, things were brilliant, you know. The cards that are there now, Sabitzer, it's a good card. It's just not a great card. Martinez, it's a good card. It's just not a great card. I'm going to be using him this weekend league, but still. Boga is another card that just has its problems. You know, João Pedro, this I think is actually a very good card. And again, it seems like the Brazilian theme from EA, it seems like they're just giving you if you run a Brazilian squad, EA have done you a solid this year. They really have. You know, but generally speaking, the content that's here is, again, just a little bit lackluster. Of course, milestones hasn't been touched. But when we look at the SBCs, the player SBCs from the different particular leagues, right? And we look at the Premier League SBC and the EFL SBC, EA have actually given 2 players there that are spectacular. From the Championship, Ben White's SBC card is brilliant. Obviously, it's not going to be easy to fit him into a team, but once again, due to the other things that EA have given in the game, it's also not hard to fit him in. And the reason why that's the case is because you can link him to Maguire, who's obviously the Premier League SBC, and although Maguire has a little issue here and there because of his dribbling, because he's also one of those players that's just a little bit heavy, like even with a shadow, I mean, I used him with a shadow, and he gets 89 sprint speed, 85 acceleration, perfect defending, great physicals, great passing. It's just the agility and balance makes him a little bit heavy, but Maguire is still a good, very good card, right? Ben White is a very good card. And EA also released Kieran Trippier, SBC, another English player, another English defender, who, albeit was like about 284k at the time, was a card that you could have done and would have given you a top right back to link to White, to link to Maguire. And then we also saw the David De Gea SBC card. Strong links Harry Maguire. He was very, very nice and cheap, 92 rated. He was 140, well, it wasn't cheap actually, it was 140k, but he just fit the bill, right? There was places, there was a reason to do the League SBC cards. There was places to put your fodder into the game, right? Fast forward to now, and the player that we got from the League SBCs, even Nkunku is just not there. The Saudi League SBC player, Al Sommer, again, one of the big issues isn't necessarily that he's not particularly meta. It's more to the fact that you just can't really link him anywhere, right? Now, his 3-star skill was 4-star weak foot, and again, low on agility and balance. But an engine chem style for Al Sommer actually makes him a super, super nice card. He's got high low work rate. It's like there's a lot going on about that card. And how funny is it again that a card that is seemingly usable in game to quite a good degree is a card that is not really linkable in game. And so this is just a pattern with EA. They're giving out good cards that are not really linkable, or weird cards with weird anomalies that are super linkable. And it obviously is because they want you to spend your money on packs. They want you to pack these players instead. But it just leaves me frustrated because there is very little reason to get on the game right now during Team of the Season, to the degree where the Premier League Team of the Season upgrade packs, right, was 11 rare Premier League players for 4 rare Premier League players, right? No minimum rating, but 4 rare Premier League players. At the time, the pack was expensive, but in hindsight, it was value for money. Go to the La Liga Team of the Season. You had to then trade in 11 rare La Liga players for 2 82 plus players. So now there is a minimum rating, but you're getting half the players, right? And the team itself wasn't quite as good as a Premier League team. I think the Premier League team was the best. Then go to the Bundesliga. Now all of a sudden, it's 3 players, but you only get 1, and it's from a player pick pack that's 80 plus rated. So now you've gone from getting 4 players from the Premier League to getting 2 players from the Bundesliga, from the La Liga, to getting 1 player from the Bundesliga, right? Obviously, it's from a pick pack, but you only get 1 player, getting worse. And then the Serie A comes along, and yeah, you only need 9 rare Serie A players. But again, the team itself is just so cheap comparatively to those before it. There's far more on the market in general for people to pick from. And instead of like La Liga 2 times 82 plus players, now it's 2 times 81 plus players. So each week with each new major team of the season, EA are just reducing the return for a almost identical input. And that for me is crazy. When we look at the players, the SBC cards that EA have released, for the Premier League, they release Flashback Alonso, and he's a brilliant card, right? You could play him at left back, you could play him at CDM, you could play him at centre back, which is probably where I would suggest that. Christian Fuchs card as well was very nice. For La Liga, they released Flashback Militao, super high-end centre back, arguably end game, one of the best cards in the game throughout the course of the year, with every version through every phase of this game. Eder Militao was brilliant. For the Bundesliga Team of the Season, they released Witzel. Once again, a super good card. And it does seem like EA have done a really, really good job with these cards, because also the Allen Flashback card is a super good card. So the flashbacks they've done a really good job with. You then look at the other SBCs, right? Ndidi, unbelievably high-end and endgame. Jota, expensive as hell, but super meta, 5-star, 4-star with the dribbling and the pace, worked particularly well. Jimenez and Perez SB objectives, not the greatest, but not the worst. I don't see them. I never see people use them, but generally speaking, they weren't terrible. And again, we'll ignore the minor leagues because the minor leagues are just so hard to link that they're a bit different, right? But you then look at La Liga, Regulon, phenomenal left back, absolutely super end game, right? Mariano, obviously was the objective as well, right? Good, not great. So Jimenez and Perez were good. Perez, I thought, was actually very good. Regulon was brilliant. The Saul SBC, much like Ndidi, was phenomenal. That Saul card is a really, really high-end card in this game and works very well. The Ansu Fati SBC, I didn't really get on with him personally. I didn't quite like him, but it's a super meta card. 4-star, 4-star, high pace, high dribbling. Lots of good things about it. You then come to the Bundesliga. That Dilrosun was terrible. Just super unusable for obvious reasons. Nkunku League SBC card, terrible. Avila League SBC card from La Liga, terrible. The Kaysen has amazing in-game stats, but if you compare it to Jota, Kaysen has very similar stats, if not better in-game stats than Jota, but because Jota's 4-star, 5-star, or 5-star, 4-star, and Kaysen's 3-star, 3-star, they're just worlds apart in terms of players, right? Coutinho was a good card. Sabitzer is a good card, but again, not a great card. With what else is in the game right now, and was even in the game then. Sabitzer card, I didn't even go out of my way to do it. You know, that Regulon, I had to go and do it. It's too good to pass up. You know, Jimenez and Perez I did because it was the first ones for the team of the season. I thought, I could use these for SBC fodder somewhere down the line, yada, yada, yada. Just wasn't the one. And then Serie A, we have Boga and Pedro. Pedro is brilliant, a Brazilian. Coutinho was brilliant, a Brazilian. Allen is brilliant, a Brazilian. Rafael Leao's SBC, is it still there? Is Leao still there? Yeah, this card, brilliant, right? 4-star, 4-star, high-low work rate, 6'2". Low on balance, but other than that, just another really, really good, super usable, easy to link card. Not Brazilian, beg your pardon, Portuguese, but a decent card, right? I like him quite a lot. And then you've got Lukaku, useless. And it seems like when I'm looking down this list, because I went through all my old videos and I put on like a spreadsheet, like all of the cards and stuff. Seems like with the Premier League, everything was just coming up trumps, you know, and Ndidi and Jota, Maguire, Premium Alonso, the 4 rare Premier League pack, everything was just brilliant. You even got the Madison SBC, the Madison Moments thrown in there, which was another really cool, quality, high-end, quite cheap card. The David De Gea SBC was floating around, you know. The Goretzka SBC is there. Laporte and Watkins. Laporte was there as a earnable player. Watkins, with that pace, was good for how easy he was to achieve, right? Started off big. You then moved to La Liga and you got Regulon was brilliant. Mariano was good. Saul was brilliant. Fati was good. Avila, this is where it starts to get a bit bad. Avila wasn't very good. The 82 plus packs, not quite as good as the Premier League ones. Militao was good. Bundesliga, now you've got Sabitzer. He's okay. You know, it isn't a bad card, that Sabitzer card, right? Is it still there as well? Let me get it up on Footbin for you, right? Sabitzer. Let's have a look. I mean, it's not a bad card. It's just, it needs too much work. You know, 3-star, 4-star is nice. If you put an anchor on it, it's a good CDM. It's not great. Composure's not ideal. Agility for a centre mid is not bad. Passing's not bad, but it's not like, you know, when you do look at, say, for example, I know this was an SBC, not an objective, but Wilfred Ndidi is just like next level good, right? 95 rated, defending, physicals insane, pace very good, passing very good. Agility and balance not the best, but composure and reactions a lot better. And then of course you look at Alan's SBC card that's available right now, and this is just a monster card, right? I think a Shadow Chem style on him, and he is just outrageously good, yeah? So we've got these like good cards, and so Sabitzer just doesn't quite live up as good as it is as a card. Sabitzer, Dilrosun, not bad, but not very good. Witzel, very good. Nkunku, not very good. Kaysen has his issues. Coutinho, very good. And then the 80 plus pick pack where you only get one player. And you can see already the amount EA are giving back is slowly and surely being withdrawn, as I think they realise people are getting too much for too easy. Premier League was just so easy. The players were great. La Liga, very, very good. Still lots of high-end stuff. Bundesliga, it starts getting a little bit worse. We now start seeing a couple of players that are just not really around the stage of the game that they should be. Then you see the Serie A, and you've got Boga, who's terrible, Pedro, who is good, Alan, who's very good, Leao, who's good. He is good. He just doesn't. He misses a few key stats, and Lukaku, the two 81 plus packs, and it's like the SBC card. I can't even remember the Goosens card. It's just for me, it's on this really, really bad downward trend of content getting worse and worse and less valuable to the point where EA have released a brand new advanced SBC set that is jam-packed full of untradeable content, and it's going to be expensive. They've made it really, really difficult. And they've done some weird stuff as well. Portugal or Scotland players minimum 2, but nationalities exactly 11. That means you need 1 Portuguese and 1 Scottish. Why not just say Portugal players 1, Scotland players 1, right? Also, it says player quality minimum gold, team rating minimum 75. Guess what? You can't possibly have a 74 rated squad if you've got 11 golds in the squad. It's impossible. It literally is impossible. So I don't know what the thinking behind some of the wording is on this sort of stuff, and it's the same with this one here. Serie A or Premier League players is 8, but leagues is exactly 5. So what you mean is you need at least 1 Serie A player and at least 1 Premier League player, right? I don't know why they don't just word it a bit differently. That's neither here nor there. I just want to kind of end today's video on a couple of Foot Spy tweets that really resonated with me. He said, if you wanted to see a visual FU to the community, this is it. Dembele killed due to his stamina. Goosens won't get in anyone's teams as a left mid when he played left wing. Berghuis had one of the best seasons ever and gets a 90. Don't even get me started on the new SBC set. This is team of the season and they are literally feeding us utter dog crap and think we should be happy with it. And that resonates with me so much because it's so true. And the debate, the argument, the other side of the coin is, what do you expect to just get given 99 rated players for everything everywhere? And that's not, in my opinion, the answer. I definitely want more usable players, but when we look at these cards, and I want to look at Berghuis as a really, really important player, right? This Idrissi, let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. This Idrissi was an 81 rated, up from a 75, and they gave him a 94 rated team of the season. I think that might be one of the biggest boosts they've ever given to a team of the season card, right? They gave him 11 pace and then 13 shooting, passing, physical, defending, and dribbling. That is a momentous upgrade, right? And then Berghuis, who was widely touted as one of the best players in the league the whole season, from his next biggest card, got a +4, and from his base card, got a +10. A +4 from this card. He got 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 9. Like, why not make him a 94 rated as well? Give him 94 pace, 94 shot, 97 passing, 80 physical, 93 dribbling. Boost his balance up into the low 80s. Boost his stamina up into the low 90s. Boost his composure up into the mid 80s, so that when I apply a chem style to him, he's usable. You pack an engine on this card right now. If I'm looking at this card now with 3-star, 3-star, medium low work rates and these stats, and I'm thinking this isn't a card I want to use, right? So it's not about necessarily wanting EA to just give out 99s across the board, but if his positioning and finishing was better, if they boosted his shooting up to 94 or 95 and he had 91 shooting and 90 positioning, if he had 93 or 94 stamina and then 90 balance and 85 composure, maybe 4-star skill and was 4-star weak foot, all of a sudden I'm looking at this card thinking, do you know what? This could be a really, really good card to link in with, Quincy Promes and get the Van der Beek card and pop him up top, and then I've got a really good Dutch trio up top that I can rearrange in the game however I want. But the state that this card is in, just not interested in it at all. And even so, to the point where this card, this Idrissi card, it is very good. And with a sniper, it is very good. But it's hard to link. And that's why I think it's very good, right? It's one of those cards that EA have just given. And there seems to be a really common theme that very good cards are hard to link and very linkable cards just have massive flaws. This card, medium high work rates, 4-star skill moves. Yes, he's got 3-star weak foot, but he has outside the foot shot trait. And that is a massive, massive counter to having a bad weak foot, right? When you apply a sniper, he's got perfect pace, unbelievable shooting, unbelievable dribbling. Look at that. Composure up to 93, reactions 89, everything else 99s, and then 94 balance, 93 stamina, and then good short passing as well. That is a hell of a card. One hell of a card. And the reason why it's cheap, it's just so hard to link. You know, the people that you got to link him with are near impossible. The reason why this card is not very good, he would be too easy to link. There's too many good Dutch players in the game, right? There's just too many. There's too many easy players to link Berghuis to get him on full chemistry and get the best out of giving him a good chem style. You know, and then we look at Goossens, we look at Dembele, we see the issues with those guys. And it is just true. When you look at the old SBC cards, when you look at Ben White and you give him the anchor chem style, that is just well, maybe even a shadow, right? Look at that. Passing is immaculate. Physicals are brilliant. Defending and pace are brilliant. Reactions, ball control, composure, and agility and balance for a centre-back are brilliant. 4-star weak foot, he's brilliant. You look at Harry Maguire. I know we talked about these guys earlier. Harry Maguire with a shadow chem style is an unbelievable card. Physicals, brilliant. Passing, brilliant. Dribbling, other than a little low agility and balance, brilliant. Pace, very good. EA just, for me personally, and I don't necessarily want to be negative because I don't really have the answers, right? I don't really have the answers, but everything we're seeing, everything that's coming, you know, this João Pedro is good. It is good. 4-star, 4-star, little low on agility and balance, but you bang an engine on him and super, super usable card. I rate that card a lot. And I think, especially as I say, especially if you're going for a Brazilian themed team, there are a lot there, right? That João Pedro is really nice, but it's just team of the season, guys. It feels like, now I know you guys know that I'm a big fan of paint, right? I do it on stream a lot. And what I do is I use paint to kind of express what I'm feeling, right? It feels like we had a pre-team of the season power curve, right? So pre-team of the season, and then a team of the season power curve, right? And pre-team of the season, we were at, like, this is the same, like the same kind of bar though, right? So it's like here and here. So pre-team of the season, the power curve is here, right? For example, is just, again, just a way to visualize what I'm thinking. Team of the season came and it jumped the power curve up to here. And I think EA did it too quick, too much. And so what they're doing now is, although the power curve is now here, they're releasing cards that are coming up here. Because what they don't want is to make it too easy for everyone to be able to get this power curve here, so that the next promo, be it futties, be it anything Euros related, be it the best of or anything of the sorts, doesn't just let people do that and get the 99 rated squads. The problem that they've created is that it is already by far too easy to get here. They've already given the cards that are too good. People have already got, like I said, it's too easy to get those fodder cards. It's too easy to get the high-end 95% team of the season cards, to the point where rewards, upgrade packs, SBCs, and all sorts, there's no incentive to get those cards now, because although, like, for me, as I say, I don't necessarily want every single card to be 99 rated with 99 stats everywhere, right? I think that's not what I want out of this game, and I don't think that's how the game should be played. I just want to be able to say, let me take that Goossens card and give him a run in the weekend league and not be punished for doing so. You know, every card at this stage has to be made at least usable, and we know what makes those cards usable. You know, that Dembele card with that low stamina is such a disappointment, because I would love to link him to my team of the year De Bruyne and play with those two cards next to each other in midfield. I just can't. I will be punished for it because of his stamina, you know? And look at those for some brilliant Brazilians again. And so, like, I know I've just kind of like talked for 30 minutes here. And in a nutshell, what I want to say is, like, I am just super disappointed with this game to the point where there's no good reason to play for rewards. The SBCs aren't very good. The players that EA are offering are either like nice but unlinkable, or not nice enough but super linkable. The upgrade packs do not represent value for money in any way, shape, or form. The SBCs that they're offering are now giving out, untradeable rewards. Everybody's already got like as close to an endgame squad as they can get to without spending crazy amounts of money on this game. And then last but not least, with all of these high-end cards that people have, right? Now, this is my account. I've obviously played this game a lot more than most, right? So that has to be taken into consideration. Look at the level of players that I have that I don't use. I don't use Kroos. I don't use Oblak. I don't use Hazard. Mahrez was in my recent weekend league team. I don't use Robertson. I don't use Courtois. I don't use Parejo. I don't think I've ever used that Parejo since I packed him. Don't use him, right? I don't use Gabriel. I can't even think I've played 10 games with a Salah. Look at that. A red Salah that I got weeks and weeks and weeks ago from rewards. I played 7 games with him. Regulon I did use a lot. But you understand, like Tarapto I don't use. Cuadrado I don't use. Bernardo Silva I don't use. Like, we already have, and this is me, but I know everybody has this kind of stuff. We already have a monster amount of cards that are very good that we don't use, because they are not good enough for one reason or another. Wayne Rooney, his biggest problem is his agility. Other than that, his skill moves. But this Wayne Rooney card is very nice. I loved him a lot. He's very good. And another reason, if you did do flashback Wayne Rooney, you could link him to White, you could link him to Maguire, to Trippier, so on and so forth. And all of a sudden, you got some good chem, right? But this game needs an injection of fun. It needs to let people just be able to play the game with whoever the hell they want and build their ultimate team and almost not even care then about rewards, So that's what I'm doing this weekend. Is I've built this team that you see on the screen, and I'm going to be putting Martinez in there instead of Veron. It'll be lined up differently in game, but I'm going to be playing with this team for the weekend league, because I sat there and I was trying to, last weekend I had a super meta, super sweaty team, and I still stopped at goal 2 because the gameplay just wasn't fun, right? I stopped at 17 and 5. Maybe I would have hit elite. Maybe I would have bottled it. I don't know. But either way, I stopped at 17 and 5. So I said to myself, for this weekend league, I'm not doing that again. I'm not going to build a super sweaty team and finish 17 and 3 or 5 or 6 or whatever. Instead, I'm going to build a team that has some problems, because this team does have some problems, and we'll go through it just now before we end this video. But I can still get to 17 wins with it. Okay, it might be 17 and 7 or 17 and 8 or 17 and 9. But I'll still end up getting 17 wins. And the rewards are so, unless you hit Team of the Year Ronaldo, Team of the Season Ronaldo, or one of about 4 other players, the rewards are just largely irrelevant, right? It's just too easy to get anything. So, on this team, of course, Hulk, 3-star weak foot, terrible agility and balance. Well, specifically terrible balance, but 3-star weak foot. Jonathan, again, balance, the main issue there. Other than that, I think that card's brilliant. This backline is brilliant. Promes is brilliant. Van der Beek, I can't believe how cheap this card was. I paid 250 for him. He's currently 200k. I can't believe how cheap he is for how good he is. And this Ziyech card, people are sleeping on this card. And this is one of those ones, again, where it comes down to links, right? 5-star skill moves, high medium work rates, 3-star weak foot. But with a 3-star weak foot comes the flair trait, the outside the foot shot trait. The outside the foot shot trait, the most important factor there. When taking shots on his left foot, when the best option would be a right foot, he'll just hit it with the outside of the foot. Perfect. His in-game stats are outrageous. With this chem star long, guys, he gets 99 in acceleration, positioning, shot power, vision, crossing, free kick accuracy, short pass, long pass, curve, agility, balance, reactions, ball control, and dribbling once I get him up to 10 chem after 10 games, and stamina. That is an unbelievable amount of 99s on a card for him to be so cheap. He's like 500k or less. And so I was like, do you know what? I just want to use this team. And I don't care, man. If I finish 17 and 10 or 17 and 12 or 17 and 13, let me just get to goal 3, get my 2 big reds, and then get myself out of there. And that's where we're at, man. So I suppose I'd just be interested to hear your guys' thoughts. The question is this team of the season a dub or an L? And there are definitely certain aspects of this team of the season that have got me engaged and playing. There are certain SBCs that are really cool. There were certain objective players that were really cool. Reguilon, Romarinho was a good card. There were certain League SBC cards that were really cool. But what seems to be the case is that EA are pigeonholing people into only being able to get super usable players from purchasable packs in the store, and everything else is just falling apart. So that's where we're at with that, guys. This is going to be the end of the video. As I say, this was going to be a draft today. I know this will come off as like a rant or me complaining or whatever, and ultimately, you know, it kind of is. I so badly want to play this game for as long as I can every day, but after playing this game for half an hour or an hour every day, you see the cracks in the game, in the gameplay, in the menu system, and you just start to think, why bother? And so that's where I'm at, and that's why I'm making this kind of video, because I just genuinely just care, and I just want something worthwhile to work towards in this section, and I want something worthwhile to work towards in this section that can be achievable, viable, and usable in this section, right? That's what I want. I just want to be able to go and do anything. Like, let me complete objectives in draft, man. Give me milestones. Give me SBCs that, you know, require certain wins from draft rivals and champs. Let me complete objective players in champs. You know, don't force me to do it in Division 2, Division rivals. Let me do it in champs. And so that's where I'm at, guys. This is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.